We're here at the Cata World War II Museum in Valencia. And there's Har. Just got off the bike. Good morning. Old Jeep. Old jerry cans. Let's go. Look at that bomb.
Is that real?
That's a bomb.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's a real bomb from World War II. That's another one. Right here. Those are mortar shells. 60 millimeter, it says. Wow. A World War II rifle with a bayonet on it. The Big Mama bomb. You collect all of this?
What?
You collected all of this?
Yes.
You're Sir Felix?
Yes.
My name is Tom.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Took you a long time.
60 years.
60 years.
I started picking up the things when I was 4 years old. I'm now 64, so this is a 60-year collection.
60 years. And you collected it all over where?
From the mountain alone, then when foreigners come here, foreign visitors who were once veterans, after 5 to 3 years, they come back and they bring donations to me. So I have items from Korean War, Vietnam War, the Gulf War, Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Bosnia, Afghanistan. I even have Russian things.
Russian. Wow. And the majority of what you collected was World War II.
It was World War II.
Yeah.
But I also have heirlooms coming from my grandparents, my uncles, my aunts, my godfathers. Most of my godfathers were all officers in the Second World War. My father even was a soldier.
My father was a soldier in the Second World War as well. I was in the Air Force in Vietnam era.
Vietnam.
I didn't go to Vietnam, but I was in that time frame.
Yeah.
It's okay to look around?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
From this post, with the mannequin, these are all Japanese.
Japanese.
The Japanese dog tags that I already repatriated to Japan, 32 of them.
32 that you
Japanese
have dog
soldiers
tags
remain.
that their remains were already repatriated back to Japan.
And there
Wow.
are still 7 left behind.
There's 7 left. Where are they?
Inside these boxes.
Oh,
Because by the year 2000, the Japanese already knew that they're being fooled by some Filipinos. Other Filipinos excavate from cemeteries, sell it to them as Japanese soldiers' remains by putting Japanese items on them, and it will pass as a Japanese soldier. And by the year 2000, they already knew that they're being fooled, that they stopped gathering the remains. Even if I did not receive any money from them, I was included. They generalized that everything here in the Philippines is foolishness.
yeah, it's fake. So these are real remains that they don't want to take because they think that maybe they're not.
I was included, even if I did not receive money from them. Generalize na nila that all things here in the Philippines are all foolishness.
But these are real,
Real Japanese soldiers.
waiting to go home.
I have 7 here. My men have more than 15. I told them, don't bring it here. I'm already tired of praying for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen Saving Private Ryan?
Have I seen?
The movie, Saving Private Ryan? No. But do you know about the Bangalore torpedo?
Do.
I have the Bangalore torpedo. That is for the
Wow.
Japanese army.
Yeah.
The American is a lot bigger in diameter. This is for the Imperial Japanese.
Those are glass floats.
The clone of the Japanese of the Browning M2 machine gun. That was the main armament for the Nakajima airplane. The main armament for the Mitsubishi Zero Fighter was the 20 mm cannon. That's the fuel tank of the Nakajima, the fuel tank for the Zero.
And these?
This is the modified Huskies of the Japanese. It was once a French machine gun, can fire 450 rounds per minute.
450.
In the First World War, the Japanese were allies with the British. That the Japanese purchased this from France. They made it 6.5 mm in 1914. And in 1932, they make the bullets larger because they are going to fight the British and the Americans, and big people needs bigger bullets to kill. Their enemy in the First World War was still the Chinese. They're very small people.
Small people, so small bullets.
Small bullets for small people.
Yes. Model 99 with the bayonet. It's the Model 38 infantry rifle with a bayonet.
The Japanese Aresaka rifle was produced in 1905 upon the defeat of the Russians in the Russo-Japanese War. And when the Japanese soldier does the massacre, they pick up the small boys, the baby boys, they throw them in the air and they cut it with it. Because they always say they're children now, but tomorrow they will become soldiers. Very easy to kill children, they cannot protect themselves. Soldiers, very hard to kill.
Yeah.
So they have to remove obstacles before they can get.
Before they get big enough to fight.
Because General Douglas MacArthur signing the instruments of surrender, and the deck where the signing was done, that's part of the deck.
So you have a
Teak
piece
wood.
of the deck of the teak wood
Yes.
that the signing actually
And
took
this
place
is
on.
the authentication that it really came from that deck.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes. After signing the instrument of surrender, MacArthur had a short speech. He said, "It is my earnest hope, and indeed the hope for all of mankind, that after this solemn occasion, a better world shall arise out of the blood and carnage of the past, a world based on faith and understanding, a world dedicated to the dignity of a man and of his most cherished wish, for freedom, tolerance, and justice."
Wow. You're a very knowledgeable man.
Yes, I've been doing this since I retired. I'm now 64. I retired the age of 57, early retirement. That is the shrapnel of the exploded hand grenade.
Shrapnel?
Yes. It usually breaks on the design, the canals is the weak points of the grenade. It usually breaks on those areas. The exploded smoke grenades.
So interesting.
And I'm going to show you the big pearls. I need a flashlight. Look at this. These are giant pearls.
Those are pearls?
Yeah. Light penetrates
Wow.
into the pearl. Yes?
Where did those come from?
55 kilometers going to the south. And this one, 117 kilometers going to the south.
South of Negros?
Yeah, south, going to Bayawan. And this is 55 kilometers going to the south.
Hi.
On marbles, light does not penetrate. On rocks, light does not penetrate. Yeah. And these are the present pearls. The natural pearl.
This is the same as that. Only bigger.
The cultured pearl.
This is cultured?
Yes.
So this is made,
natural
that's
is much
natural.
heavier than the cultured.
Yes. And it's a different shape.
Yes. Natural, not helped by man. Cultured. There's a pearl farm in Davao, in Zamboanga, in Tawi-Tawi, and also in Coron. And to test a pearl, you rub both. You rub
This is light.
with another pearl. Mag-slide lang. This is the real pearl. Earrings, you rub them together. You can feel na it is very rough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very rough.
Magpa-powder yan.
The powder.
And when you wipe the powder off with your finger, wala kayong makitang gasgas. No scratches. And this is the ship of Captain Jack Sparrow and the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
Do you know the name? Of
I
the
do
ship?
know the ship,
The name. What's the name?
the Black Pearl.
The Black Pearl. Indeed. And you can rub another one, yung malayo. So it's still very rough. Very rough.
Yes.
No scratches.
Yeah.
And this is really one whole necklace. And it is really not that black. There is violet, there's pink, there's gray, and there's blue.
Different color.
It's beautiful.
Magpa-powder lang. Pero
Yes.
walang gasgas na
Wala.
makita. Wala. Tahitian black pearls. Very red. If you turn it now, number 8, you have 2 necklaces already. Petrified wood turned into a rock. You look it up.
We have that in Arizona,
It's heavy now.
in U.S. Lots of that. Arizona,
And Arizona.
Arizona.
Petrified forest.
Yes.
I found the whole tree, but I just took a portion because it's really that heavy.
Yes, it's very
Very
heavy.
heavy.
Where did you find that? Local?
mountains here.
In the mountains here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Millions of years ago, when the volcano here erupted, it was covered by the
Dead
asphalt
trees.
and the lava. And after millions of years, the lava was eroded and reappeared, and it is no longer. The minerals already seep in. Only the outer surface looks like wood, but the minerals already had seeped in.
Yep. Old canteens.
The 50 caliber Japanese ammunition blasted by fire, burned by napalm.
Just exploded from napalm.
Exploded from napalm, burning napalm. And this is the ammunition that were not exploded. This box is for the 50 caliber machine gun, American. And this is the bullets of the Japanese, the clone, and that is the original bullet for this box, the clone of the 50 American, the Japanese 50.
So
The
this,
Germans
so
didn't
this
make-
is the
yeah,
American.
that
This,
is the American,
this is,
that is the
this is the
Japanese.
Japanese. So they cloned our weapon.
They cloned and they just shortened ammunition and the machine gun itself.
Interesting.
And the Germans did not make the 50. The Japanese dolls and the Russian nesting doll.
Or these are Japanese dolls.
Japanese dolls, and this is the Russian nesting dolls.
And these are
We can
Russian.
put them all inside.
You understand that? The nesting dolls.
No.
The
They all
nesting
sit
dolls,
inside of
we
each
can
other.
Put them there.
And then that one goes in
we can put it
there.
there.
And that one goes in there. And there. And
And
there.
then,
Until
And they all.
it is already one.
So you have 5 dolls and they become one.
Okay.
That's already one of that.
That's why they call them nesting dolls. Because they're inside each other.
From Russia.
From Russia.
Yes, and these are also Russian things. Russian Air Force, Russian Army, Russian Navy, Russian gas mask. You can see a lot of the Russian gas mask hanging into the barbed wire fence in Chernobyl. Russian communist pins, and you see the hammer and the sickle, in between the stars. Vladimir Lenin, now they changed it, Vladimir Putin.
Yep. It was Lenin, now Putin.
Now Putin.
He started collecting this when he was 4 years old. This is 60 years of his collection.
Yeah. Music box.
Is that it?
Really?
Saan?
Winding.
Ang kanila
That is, mo na i-winding.
okay. May maka.
Paandar niya.
Hindi po mga lilo. As po nila. Lilo ba?
Bulu bawas.
Collection.
Gold. Kana mga ladies wristwatches. And the amethyst fairy, the pearl fairy, the diamond fairy, the opal fairy, the moonstone fairy, the sapphire fairy, and the ruby fairy. Who was the fairy in Peter Pan?
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell is right there.
Tinkerbell's over
She's
there.
She's no longer green in color.
Kani po mga camera, sir?
Yeah.
Collection.
Collection mo na po. Ilang tawag? Canon.
Oo.
The very
Every
famous
year?
Canon E1. Bago nag-digital. Pero ngayon, bumabalik na ito ngayon. But it is very expensive yung mga pelikula na.
Oo.
Ito, 1902, Eastman Kodak with a shutter. 1910 with a lens. 1930, 1940.
Pero mugana pa ni siya ron.
Ah,
Kani mga camera.
sana siya. Ani kaduharay guba. Pero na-film anak niya, mandar pa na siya. You read it. This is commemorating the Japanese emperor surrender. USS Missouri.
Yeah.
Over the spot on 2 September 1945, the instrument of formal surrender of Japan to the Allied powers was signed,
On the USS Missouri.
bringing to a close the Second World War, and the ship at the time was at anchor in Tokyo Bay. The longitude and the latitude is exactly there, the exact spot where the signing was done. Tokyo Bay.
Nice.
We are proud of this. We won that war.
Yes.
That I even made a poem about my pile. I call everything here as my pile. You want to hear it?
Yes, I do.
It starts with this. Everything you see here has a story. It was my experience and my memory of how time flies. And quickly, without intention, we will become sentimental and attached. With care, my heritage and legacy will remain for 1,000 years, or maybe more, for generations to behold. The joy of these treasures lie in the promise of a bright and long future, of giving the present an inkling of yesterday, of being mesmerized by the beauty, elegance, and grace of a once opulent era. Beauty, elegance, and grace that transcends the ages. It is a rare find, and it is timeless. So you open your eyes wide and see the world around you, because the greatest secrets always lie in the most unexpected places. And those who don't believe in magic, they cannot find it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes. He said, "This is the voice of freedom." General MacArthur speaking. People of the Philippines, I have returned. By the grace of Almighty God, our forces stand again on Philippine soil. Soil consecrated in the blood of our two peoples. We have come dedicated and committed to the task of destroying every vestige of enemy control over your daily lives, and of restoring upon a foundation of indestructible strength the liberties of your people. Rise and strike. Let no heart be faint. Let every arm be steel. The guidance of divine God points its way to the holy grail of righteous victory. And the Filipinos who heard him broadcast over the radio rallied behind him and killed more than 500,000 Japanese soldiers. There were only about 1,804,000 Japanese casualties in the Second World War here in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice, very nice meeting you.
You're welcome, sir.
You are a very knowledgeable man, and I thank you for saving history.
Yes. I am just preserving our history. We are proud of this. We won that war.
Absolutely.
The birds?
Oh, look at that.
The birds?
Yes.
Look at that.
The birds. When the bird dries up, it will be replaced by the seed.
Ah, okay.
Oh, those are birds.
Ala?
What is that plant? What's the name of it, plant?
The lovebirds.
The lovebird plant. You seen that before, Har?
Never. Just now.
They look like little birds.
Yes.
They're like
Nakanindot.
little birds.
Mm-hmm.
And look at this. When the bird dries up, the seed appears onto its.
So that's the bird.
Yes. Then it
That
is
dried up.
replaced.
That's a
Dries
dried up bird, and then the seed comes out. Gives life to another. See that?
Yes.
There are also birds here.
Nahindot siya. Karon pa ko kita ginana.
Kuan ni. Di ka ni siya sa Sambonga.
Ah, Sambonga.
Sa kuan. Ning pasunangka. Kay mga taga Sambonga mga rin.
Padala
Ako
sila?
sila kita na ni. Yung kung taga Sibugay mo tayo sila. Sa pasunangka. Dahil kan rin. Kani,
Nanindot siya.
langgam po ning bulak ani. Pero wala pa ni kapamulak.
Wala pa siya
Lain
kapamulak.
siyang klase.
Oo. Wala pa siya kapamulak.
Wala pa kapamulak.
Nanindot yun siya.
Lain ang klase ni.
Kanya sa puli siya.
Oo.
Ay, pariya ra.
Oo, yun siya.
Cuidado mo lang ni.
Kaya po niyang dahon.
Dahon. Nanindot yun siya. Siguro, siguro mo ba?
ang uban nga maka ako sultihan nga na ako yung mga tanong nga langgam.
Oo.
Ang ilang huna-huna, birds of paradise.
Oo, very.
Katong kumon kayo nga, kumon mo kayo ng birds of paradise. The cloak of the lion, Capa de Leon.
Imo na collection dyan po, sir? Ano?
Tanong na ko nino. Kani, kato maning higa,
Oo, biga guys.
higa, niya itawag. Kanang wala na siya mamulak, dako kay siya gahon mo na. Itawag ni siya o elephant ear sa English.
Oh, namulak lagi siya. Pero pa kung pinagmulak sa biga.
Kay imo na nung pasakdan, mo mature siya, mo bulak din siya.